Hey, what's up, my ne'er-do-wells and fartlickers of the world? In today's ever-evolving internet climate, there are tons of people who can get on here and give thorough, intellectual critiques of movies, television, and video games without throwing around slanderous insults and disparaging language about the creator of said piece of art. But there are a lot of people who cannot do this. Who cannot just simply critique and be passionate about something. People who cannot seem to separate the art from the artist. So that's what I want to talk about today. Separating art from the artist, and when to do so. Should we always do it? How do we know when an artist has gone too far and we can't separate? I was reading Zack Snyder's latest interview where he further discussed the Snyder Cut, and he briefly talked about his daughter Autumn and how her death propelled him to make this movie. And he was clearly shaken up talking about her. You could tell that it was hard for him. And you know what? In that moment, I didn't feel hate or disdain for the Snyderverse or for these characters like I usually do. I didn't feel like ranting or raving or giving my opinion about the 50 ways he's ruined these fictional characters that I love. I actually felt great compassion. Compassion for a man who lost his child. Compassion for someone who lost what was most dear to them in the world. As a father of two, I fear that I will lose my children every day. Every single day, I see their precious faces and I worry that I may lose them, and it tears me apart. Losing a child is something that every parent fears, and something that no human should have to suffer through. Ever. He had almost 20 years of watching her grow as a person, spending time with her, making memories with her, and now it's gone. It's over. That is a terrible thing that happened to that man, and I feel very deeply for him. We need to realize that we can despise someone's art, but not despise that person. I rant about the Zack Snyder DC movies and how flawed they are on multiple occasions in my life, but I can step back and realize that he's just a guy. He's just a man making what he thinks is right, even if I or millions of other people don't agree with it. I've seen people on here just eviscerating and ripping him apart as a person for his films. As a person. That is not cool. Calling him all kinds of names and insults and labels. People literally blaming his daughter's passing on him. People having zero compassion. It may only be a few people who go this far, but a few is still too many. The fact that a person can hate someone for something they made is incomprehensible to me. I truly do not understand it. Zack Snyder is not an idiot. He's not an imbecile. He's not a piece of shit just because you don't like his movies. Grow up. I have absolutely decimated Batman v Superman and the Snyder Cut for their multiple fallacies and shortcomings. But it's not a personal indictment against the director, editor, cinematographer, or anyone else who worked on those movies. I can separate the art from the artist. And on the flip side of that, you can disagree with a person's real-life beliefs and still enjoy them in their movies. Why do we try to cancel someone or not see their movies just because we don't like them in real life? Look, did Letitia Wright say some ignorant things? Did she present some questions and opinions that you didn't agree with about vaccines? Maybe so. Maybe you didn't like what she said or the claims that she supported. So what? What in the hell does that have to do with the character of Shuri? These actors are paid to give us a service, to play characters in movies and television for our entertainment. They are not obligated to be that character outside of work. They are not political pundits. Why do we care what Letitia Wright thinks about vaccines? It has no effect on the story of Black Panther 2 or her future in the MCU. No effect on her lines or her acting or her storyline. As long as people aren't intentionally hateful, they can say whatever they want in real life. And if she is wrong or said something stupid, we can try to discuss the issue with her and understand where she's coming from, not cancel her as a fictional character. People were immediately saying that she should be fired and they didn't want her in Black Panther 2. They wanted to immediately extinguish her. Oh, she doesn't agree with my view? Well, it's time to trash her. Who's next? Who else doesn't agree with me? Line up so we can cancel you. Come on. That is unbelievably childish and ignorant. Chris Evans literally said that he might have to cut ties with Tom Brady if he supported Donald Trump. And he has said multiple disparaging things about his fans who support Trump. Now, regardless of your political beliefs or what side you're on, that is a very ignorant thing to do. Biden, Trump, whatever. Ostracizing half of your fan base or a friend simply because of your political agenda is petty and regressive, to say the least. I have no political allegiance, but damn, he can be tone deaf and ignorant sometimes. But guess what? He is Captain America, and I love him as Cap. I can look at him on the screen as the character I love and not think about what he said on Twitter. When Cap picked up Mjolnir in Endgame, I wasn't thinking about Chris Evans judging people for their political beliefs. I was thinking, this is awesome! I can enjoy his character and love the movies he's in, even if he says things I disagree with in real life. I can also love someone in real life, but hate their professional work. I think Zack Snyder is an okay guy, but I can't stand 80% of his movies. I like M. Night Shyamalan as a person, but I hate half of his movies. Joss Whedon seems like an irredeemable, power-hungry asshole, but he made my favorite movie of all time. So that brings me to this. When should we not separate the art from the artist? When does a person go so far that you cannot support their work anymore? Well, that's up to you. It's up to you and what you can personally handle from someone. I totally understand if you just can't watch The Cosby Show anymore because of the monster that Bill Cosby turned out to be. If you can't watch a Harvey Weinstein produced movie because of the monster that he was. If you can't watch Woody Allen movies because of the creep he is. There is a point where someone is so reprehensible that you can't help but think about it when you watch their work, and it then becomes unwatchable. To be honest, it's really weird to watch American Beauty now because of Kevin Spacey, especially how his character in that movie kind of reflects him in real life. But you know what? That is still an all-time great movie and an incredible performance that I cannot take away from him. I can personally still enjoy watching Lester Burnham and not think about Kevin's real-life antics, but I understand if you can't do that and you can't look past it. People are different and have different thresholds for what they can accept. I wouldn't blame you if you couldn't watch another Amber Heard movie because of her actions. You may look at Mara and not like her as a character because you despise the person underneath. I don't like Amber Heard because she's a terrible actress, but her being an abusive, manipulative liar in real life doesn't help. But hey, if she gave a great performance in a movie, I could detach from reality and personally enjoy it. I really don't know the answer to exactly when we should separate art from the artist because it's so subjective and nuanced. It's really up to you. But we need to understand, there is a clear difference between someone giving their opinion on vaccines or politics and someone drugging and sexually assaulting people. There are thoughts and opinions, and then there are crimes against humanity. We need to try to find that line and realize that these movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, or whatever, They are a product of these people, but they are not these people. I don't care what TV show or movie you enjoy. You can enjoy whatever you want. Just don't attack that person for the art that they make. Zack Snyder's existence as a human shouldn't be boiled down to the Martha scene or Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Shuri as a character should be judged on the merit of her performance, not by what her actress thinks about vaccines. Hacksaw Ridge isn't defined by a few drunken rants by Mel Gibson 10 years ago. The Happening doesn't have anything to do with the kind of man M. Night Shyamalan is. If someone gives a kick-ass performance, or directs an awesome movie, or develops an incredible video game, who cares what they think about politics, or if they've been a little ignorant or insensitive on some topics in the past? Enjoy that movie or video game in that moment. Separate the art from the artist. But maybe you just can't do that, and I understand. I can't make you change. But as long as someone isn't consistently an outright racist, murderer, sexual assaulter, or overall terrible human, who gives a damn? You would be surprised at how many people you love that have different or insensitive opinions on topics that you care about. Everybody has said something we disagree with. Everybody has said things they regret. Every single person on this planet has said hateful things and harbored hate in their hearts. And everybody has made mistakes. But if we fill this space with more conversation and more understanding, the world will be a better place. Just because someone makes something we despise doesn't mean we should despise that person. And if they make something we love, that doesn't mean we have to love them as a person either. My favorite movie of all time is The Avengers, but I don't want to hang out or be friends with Joss Whedon. I can separate him from the art that I love. If you are one of these people who insults or hates a person simply because you disagree with them politically or you didn't enjoy a movie they made, you are the ignorant one, and you are the problem. And if you can enjoy someone's work despite how bad of a person they are in real life, you're just like me. Is that an okay thing to do? I honestly don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But I'm open to listening, I'm open to conversation, and I'm open to changing. And if you aren't open to changing, well, maybe you need to change. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you're staying safe out there. Peace out. Hey, if you like this video and you want to see more of my ridiculous content, check out one of these. Maybe you'll enjoy yourself, or maybe you'll watch it and crap your pants. Click one and let's find out.